Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Casting the Spotlight episode number 191.
Damn. Getting up there.
I know.
Climbing that ladder.
Andy Alton, man, put us in the milestone, and now we're back with our first solo in a couple weeks, at least 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, that was an enjoyable episode.
It was.
The SummerSlam cast.
That might have been that was one of our best with...
Look at that. Look at that.
You just gotta put it back in.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. I was wondering about a bolt for that, or if like that would help, or not, or if like pulling that. I do think that episode was made, like, it could have been one of our strongest ever, I think, with Andy.
Yeah.
Like, he was, dialed in as always. He's podcasted for a long time. But he's, like, had all these stories to tell and everything, and he was about to leave again, which, I mean, where he's at now, he's overseas again.
Yeah.
So, like, that was cool. That was cool to get him after, like, because after we got all the new equipment, speaking of the equipment, and he helped like set it up and that whole process and kind of train me and everything. He's like, all right, well, I was like, okay, we'll record one and then we'll have him come on, like the next guest. And he hadn't been on since. I hadn't really seen him much until a few weeks back. But no, it was great to catch up with him. Definitely on air. Tied Kyle Henley.
Yeah.
Most solos of all time.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hear that.
Kyle?
Kyle gets a sniff of that. He's going to want to come back.
He should. I'd feel threatened. I'd be like, no, maybe not threatened, but I'd be like, no, I got to come on again. But
they're duking it out for the number one spot.
By now, like, that's the thing, because we've been in, like, Noble's podcast and stuff like that. Like, does it feel more awkward to you as a guest than it does as a host? You're like, it feels more natural at this point?
Yeah, as a guest, it's because then the spotlight really is on you for, like, that moment. It's like, oh, like, they want to talk to you about whatever it is,
Yeah.
If it's your podcast, I mean, you can honestly kind of bullshit,
Yeah, and that's the way it feels. Yeah.
You do your own shit on there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It definitely feels like you almost need to be dialed in and, like, deliver more. Not that you shouldn't, like, as a host either, but, like, there's just a different thing to it. You know what I mean? Because my nature, like, in both of how we do it and, like, have people on and everything is, like, in that role, and, like, being the guest is almost kind of like, it's not like I can't do that, but I'm gonna speak as if I'm hosting it, you know what I mean, rather than me guesting, and, like, that's kind of the role, like, I've been accustomed to, and us doing this, like, all this time. But I don't know, I mean, I guess we've been on, like, Nobles, but we haven't really done too many other guest spots.
No, I mean, the only other, I feel like, intimidating kind of thing we've done is the cons.
Yeah.
Those are, like, another kind of intimidating, though, because they're technically your episode, but you're doing it for the convention, and you're also doing it at the convention, so it's like, man, I gotta deliver. You're, like, on a stage.
No, yeah, it does. It definitely feels different, but, like, I feel like we're more comfortable than ever, like, in this past one.
Oh, yeah.
When we were up there.
Dude, that guy, man, he came back.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that guy.
Oh, yeah. He started asking more questions.
Front row again.
I mean, he gave us content, though. That's the thing. Or, like, we gave content to him, and then we could react to him. And he wanted to know if we talk about certain things. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're just up there doing a podcast, and he's just like, hey, what do you think about this?
It's kind of weird because it's almost like each time we've done it, it's almost like we've got to be us and be ourselves at the same time, acknowledging that we've almost got to serve as, like, this is who we are to anybody that hasn't heard it. They might end up sitting in the crowd or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to look at it like, oh, we're doing our own thing, but it's also like, it feels like it's got to be open. Yeah, exactly. Open enough to be like, this is kind of what we're about, so we don't really always dig in deep on certain things, but we touch on a bunch of different stuff.
And when you're at a con, it's like, it's smart to dive in like movies and the things that we know within the entertainment based stuff, because it's like that's what everybody there is into.
Big like franchises, and also like a lot of them are into anime. They got their own. They do 2 cons a year, and one of them is like in April, and that's like the anime one, and then the other one's like the October-November one, which I think it is like early November this year.
Good time,
but yeah, fun.
Right there in the thick of fall.
Oh well.
Want to hop into this segment
I was gonna say, where are we at there? But yeah, everybody knows we brought back our movie swap review, the whole segment, and we'll be doing that later on.
That'll be fun though.
But
Snatch and Dream Scenario.
Yeah. So
good ones.
Haven't done that in a while. It'll be a good time. Following up with another film introduced tonight too.
Yeah.
So we got that to look forward to. But first, it's time for the newest segment edition, I guess, if you want to say the movie swaps are, reinstating it. But the newest segment, this or that, we've got tonight. The category we have drawn is sports movies.
Yeah.
And
good times. Dude, sports movies were like, I feel like I watched so many growing up. Like, not that I don't ever watch them anymore or like see new ones or anything like that. But like, I feel like a lot of them were already out or came out during my childhood that I like watched a lot. Like Miracle and Coach Carter, and I mean, we talked about The Sandlot. We watched 500 times during school. Moneyball came out. 42 came out. Like, just Remember the Titans. Just Invincible. So many, Invincible. So many movies.
Did you ever see Glory Road?
I don't think so.
It was like the college one. That was really good though.
Draft Day. That's kind of a newer one, but I really enjoyed that one. Or that's kind of more the analytical, like.
Or you watched it and I fell asleep towards the end. I'm pretty sure.
That was one of the movies I watched early on whenever I was out. My arm broke. Mm-hmm. And then, we watched it again.
Yeah, because I was watching that was whenever, like, in January and February, and I was watching all the sports shit, like the movies, the docs, like everything. I was getting into everything. Because I knew football season was coming to an end, so I'm like, I need to, like, have something to fill in the gaps where there's no more games except, like, 2 or 3 or 4 a week. So. But it's coming back soon. A lot going on.
It really is, yeah.
And the episodes have thickened within
a month
with the reinstatement of the movie swap. So, but yeah, we'll get to that later on. This or that, sports, films, and are you reading first?
Yep, I believe so.
Alrighty.
All right. So your main one, another one from our childhood, actually, underrated one we both enjoy. Your main will be Gridiron Gang.
I didn't even think about putting that on here, actually.
So let's see how it holds up, though, against some of these heavy hitters.
All right. Depends what it is.
So it's going to be Gridiron Gang or Creed. I feel like, all the Creeds were good, but I feel like that original Creed was a very good mix of, like, getting Michael B. Jordan and the new generation.
It was.
Of the boxing films, but, like, still including a lot of Rocky and his influence.
It was, yeah. So it was still part of kind of a legacy of films, but, yeah. I mean, like, You know, I've definitely seen Gridiron Gang more, and it's more nostalgically connected. But I've watched it even in recent history or the last like 5 or 10 years. You know, watched it several times. I haven't watched it probably in at least a few years at this point, but it still holds up. I thought it was great. I thought for a long time it was maybe The Rock's or among The Rock's best performances. You know, and then he ended up having some definitely good performances. And like, if people want to say one thing, it's like, yeah, he's in a lot of action movies, but like, he's definitely had some roles that he was really fucking good. And honestly, I want to see the
fighting machine.
Yeah, the smashing machine.
Smashing machine.
That honestly, I would not mind seeing that, even seeing that opening night. But I think it'll be because it's kind of like a character, like it's a person, you know, in a role, and like a, you know, I feel like it'll be.
It's gonna have to definitely be a performance. Like, he's gonna have to. Yeah. For sure, put on some chops.
And that's the kind of stuff, like, man, I want to see stuff like that. More biopics and stuff, man. I would love to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, just original stories of any sort.
But yeah,
really.
Original stories, for sure. Anyway, what'd you have for me, you said?
The Gridiron Gang?
Yeah, it is Gridiron Gang. Oh, man, or Creed. I'm going to have to give it to Gridiron Gang just based on having seen it more. But I did like Creed a lot. And Creed might be a better actual movie. I'm not going to, like, dismiss that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that's just what that's what I feel comfortable going with.
All right. So the Gridiron Gang takes one. Up 1 zilch, moving on. Gridiron Gang or Miracle?
Dude, that was a hell of a movie.
True story.
Yeah, that was a hell of a movie.
I mean, that's a hell of a story.
Hell of a story in general. I remember I think we saw that in theaters in 2004. Kurt Russell.
Yeah, that's a good one. I haven't seen that in a while either.
1980, right?
Yeah, was it 80 or 84? It was one. It might have been 80.
I think it was 80. Miracle on Ice.
1980. Yeah, I think I watched that again. Like, I watched it as a kid, and I watched it again when, like, Disney Plus launched, and I had access to it.
I think that's maybe when I did, too. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, but I haven't seen it in a while.
I might give the edge to Miracle slightly.
Okay, I actually didn't expect that.
I didn't either. But that movie definitely has a profound effect on you too, if you like know the story and like the odds and the probability of them actually fucking winning.
Yeah.
You know? Nobody gave them a chance.
Alright, so 1-1. Gridiron Gang or Nacho Libre. I had to throw it on there. I love Nacho.
I know. I threw it on yours before too. Probably Gridiron Gang. But I'm not trying to shit on Nacho Libre. You'd probably be like, oh my god. I mean, I've only seen it probably in its entirety once or twice in my life. But it was one of those movies that was always on. Oh, it's on TNT, Nacho Libre. And he would do his shit. And
it was good shit.
No, it was. It was. No, and it was during Jack Black's...
He took a real cantaloupe to the fucking chest.
After School of Rock, it was during Jack Black's well-earned run that he had after that. You know what I mean? Where he was just in a lot of shit.
School of Rock. I watched that one not too long ago.
Yeah, and then Tenacious D and all those came out. Mm-hmm. He was in some good shit. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Gridiron Gang. I'm not trying to shit on Nacho Libre.
No, I kind of...
You know.
You had... From a standpoint, I agree with you, because I think Gridiron Gang is probably a better sports movie. I probably just like Nacho Libre as a movie more. So, you know. Yeah. But I get it. Gridiron Gang or we could probably quote the dialogue from this movie, The Sandlot.
Gridiron Gang.
Oh, that's kind of a hot take.
No, you know what? Like, I did watch The Sandlot, even if it's like a young man.
Sandlot's a fucking classic.
It is, but like we watched it 125 times just in school alone.
I mean, that's true, but
I do like it. But see, if the question was, what am I gonna watch tonight? And it was between those two movies, I'm throwing on Gridiron Gang. You know what I mean? Does that put it into context?
Well, I mean, I understand that in a way too, because I've seen Gridiron Gang way less.
Yeah, well, that too. But not just that.
I don't know, man. The Sandlot.
But the Gridiron Gang is a better
place.
Like story too, and it's fucking real shit.
All right. Well, if you guys just remember, he's the one that said Gridiron Gang over the Sandlot.
Oh, dude, I'm not fucking withdrawing it.
All right. Well, up next, it is a 3-1 lead for the Gridiron Gang.
You've had some crazy hot takes on here too.
Oh, I definitely have.
Especially as far as like wrestlers goes.
Oh, I've definitely pissed people off with some of that stuff.
I'm gonna take it.
Shane McMahon, he whooped a lot of ass. I don't regret it.
Oh man.
But the Gridiron Gang, is he gonna keep whooping some ass?
It wasn't just that. It might have also been because he took like the Miz over either Bryan Danielson or AJ Styles.
I mean, I might not take that back either. Just from a personal standpoint.
I think it was Danielson, and I think AJ was against Shane, but you took Shane over him. Because they both had feuds too. But that wasn't even the context I was thinking when I put it on there.
Yeah. I think it was both of those.
Yeah. No, those are probably the hottest ones you ever had on the wrestler segment. I was like, ooh.
See, he's trying to take the heat off me here.
Oh, I'll put the heat right back on myself. Okay, no, I don't regret taking Gridiron Gang over the Sandlot. It was over fucking played growing up so much.
I mean, it might have been overplayed, but it wasn't overrated.
I had a connection to it before we even watched it a lot in school because I watched it at home for the first time. However, we watched it so many times too, it just kind of like, I know it is a classic, but personally, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, it had it's like lore about it, but it just kind of, I don't know. I look at Gridiron Gang and I'm like, that story is honestly like, you can see that in like a real, world kind of like level and everything.
I mean,
and connect
I
with
feel
it.
like the Sandlot's relatable.
It is.
I played backyard baseball with
kids.
Is. Like, you'd meet up and play on summer afternoons, and like the 4th of July sequence was relatable, and
it was.
But yeah, Gridiron Gang, it's like it has its own kind of reality-based grittiness to it.
No, the Sandlot definitely was more of like as like a kid, for sure.
Yeah, it just holds that nostalgic kind of.
It does.
Gridiron Gang is up 3-1 though. Nothing's changing that. But next up might change that, because it's Gridiron Gang or Rocky 3.
Rocky 3. Dude, I fucking loved Rocky 3. I mean, like, I loved the first 4, and, like, I still enjoyed 5. And honestly, I really liked Rocky Balboa. But if I had to rank them, I don't even fully know how I would do that, because, like, I really did like the first 4 a lot.
Honestly, that's always hard for me too, and it's probably a crazy hot take the way I rank them, but it probably is.
I'd probably put 1, maybe 4th.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I
think I would go 4, 3, 1, 2, maybe.
Dude, I really like 2 though. Also,
2 is good. I mean, none of them are bad though.
No,
they're all
it's
really
hard.
good.
It'd be hard to rank them, but no, 3. Like I might have 3 as my number 1, and like it was during his prime, and like I thought the story arc was fascinating. Like, you know, in his prime, hot shot, like being on top of the world, and then you know Clubber Lang beats him.
Came out of nowhere.
You know,
just whooped his ass.
Oh yeah, like in just a minimum like amount of time. And you know, then he works his way back up to the top and everything, and fucking, you know, regains the title by the end of it.
Yeah.
Apollo, you know, he was by his side, wasn't he? He was just kind of like, or was he not? Did he not even show up in 3?
I'm trying to think if he was in 3 or not.
I know he was obviously in
He
4, but that was
feels like
the end of his days.
Yeah, I mean, he had a big part in 4, but
yeah,
the story kind of revolved around him in 4, really. Yeah, he was in 3.
But yeah, I really liked Rocky 3. Those are worth a rewatch all the way through, I think, as well. I still haven't watched all of them. Since we watched them, I've watched 3 and 4 over, I think. 4, and, I don't know, maybe Balboa again. I don't know. But those are fucking, I enjoyed the hell out of watching those, and we binged them those days. We watched like 3 of them, and then 2 of them, and then Balboa maybe.
Yeah, Rocky 3 it's kind of like one of the more underrated ones within it, I think. Like, it was probably huge during the time, but I feel like a lot of people talk about like 1 and 4 the most.
I think that
nowadays.
Which is crazy, because like I loved 3 and 2.
Yeah.
A lot. Like, so I don't know. I don't even know how I would rank them in, like, even if 3 is number 1 for me, it's narrowly, you know what I mean? But it's probably convincing enough to put it 1. But it's still narrow because the other ones are so great too.
Yeah.
So that's a good one though. So yeah, it's gonna win that one for sure.
All right, so 3-2. Next up, Gridiron Gang or Any Given Sunday.
Gridiron Gang.
Gridiron Gang.
I've only seen Any Given Sunday once, but honestly, it didn't have probably the effect on me that maybe it would have years back. And like, I don't know if it was because of the,
yeah,
you know,
I mean, a lot of people say it's sort of like,
was.
I mean, it
was
kind of like it was real when the game was being played. It felt like a realistic, like, oh shit, you're in the game, like an intense feeling to it. But it was kind of like a gritty and nasty look and version of football in a way. It wasn't like necessarily an enjoyable all the way through movie. It still had its moments. It was like, I still had fun watching it and stuff, but yeah, it's not one of like those sports movies that I'd always be in the mood to just throw on like when I'm chilling, you know?
No, because I made sure that I watched a lot of the big ones that have come out, and I did watch it, and I didn't necessarily dislike it, but I didn't really take away from it that it was so good that I need to rewatch it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was just kind of like, like, I feel like maybe if I had watched it years earlier, it would have had a different effect. But you watch so much good shit too, and it's just like some of the classics hold up, or they're way better than you expect and stuff. And that one came out in like 99, and I watched it. And I didn't, like I said, I don't like dislike it, but I was kind of like, it didn't really have that pull on me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we watched it together.
Yeah, we might have. I know I watched it like one of the last however many years.
Alright. So Gridiron Gang goes up 4-2. Up next.
Not doing too bad.
Gridiron Gang or 42. It's another good kind of like historical biopic.
It was.
While being like a sports film.
It was. Probably 42 by a little bit. Because, I mean, you know, the other one has a little more, like, I'd watch it for a long time, you know, even longer. It's also been out longer.
Mm-hmm.
But 42, you know, I mean, I remember writing a paper on Jackie Robinson when I was in, like, in second grade or third grade. And talking about, like, the whole story and everything. And, you know, breaking the color barrier in the MLB in 1947.
Yeah.
And
came in and whooped some ass.
Oh yeah, dude, he got college letters in track, basketball, baseball, and football. All 4 sports, like,
crazy.
Yeah, because like that's how talented of an athlete he was. And I was like, to actually see that on screen, and like, you know, obviously Harrison Ford was in it, and like that was actually a pretty quality movie. Now, you know, comparing that to some of the other great sports movies, I don't know where I would rank it, or even the other baseball ones, because there's been a lot of great baseball ones. So, I do like it, but there's some fucking fantastic sports movies.
Yeah. There's a lot. Like, when you really start digging into it, there's a whole lot. Like, even ones you don't initially think of, or ones that aren't necessarily talked about as much. So 42 for the win. 4-3 for Gridiron Gang.
R.I.P. to Jackie Robinson and Chadwick.
Yeah.
Boseman.
Yeah, he had like so many like banger roles, and then just like exited.
Yep.
So, like it just
nobody even knew, like, really.
Yeah.
Other than the people I'm sure like closer to him.
Yeah, he was good.
Definitely went on top. Like, he had a bunch of roles that he killed it, and crazy. Oh man. Alrighty, well, let's keep it going.
Up next is Gridiron Gang or Invincible. Another true story.
Yeah, Invincible's a really good movie. Like, I watched that whenever I was probably around the time it came out, or like shortly after that, and then I watched
just kind of a like rough blue collar Philly native.
It is, yeah,
making his way onto the team.
Dude, true story.
Yeah.
In Vincent Papali, he fucking like he played for them for like 3 years or something like that, did he?
Yeah, I think so.
He was like 30. He was a 30-year-old bartender, and he got on the team. Open tryouts. Open tryouts for the city.
Try his ass off, though. I
mean,
the team must have been a sack of shit at that point.
Well, no, they were only going to. I think they were only going to take like.
I mean, the team did suck. Though.
Yeah. Oh, it did. Yeah. But that's hilarious that they. It was mainly to get people pumped up and to like rile the spirit of the city up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's see what you got. There was like fat dudes eating hot dogs in line, trying to get in there.
One guy was like thinking that he was going to go in there and whoop ass. It's like, dude, he burnt out so quick, like in the tryout and shit.
Oh man, no, it's a great one.
That is a good one.
I'd probably give that to Invincible.
That's another one I got on DVD as like a kid.
I did too.
I remember watching with like,
and I had
at the house and watching with my dad and stuff. Invincible, you said, for the win there?
Yeah.
All right. So I think it is 4-4. And up next, we got. Might start getting a little. We might have a new review segment here within the segment. It's a Gridiron Gang or Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh man. I still only watched it that once, you know?
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to watch it for a while because I want that experience, as great as it was, to like sit with me for a while before I rewatch it.
Yeah.
Because,
I watched it a couple times now, but I've enjoyed it. Like,
you know,
I still think it was enjoyable. I understand. I don't know really what. I think some people are mad that his wife, what was Beverly, like, was that her name? His wife? I forget her name. But that she, you know, croaked. So it's like, that was part of the cynical, I think, outlook of it. And then it was just like, oh, it was just a cameo spot fest like that. But I thought, yeah, there was a lot of cameos, but that kept it fun because there was still a cohesive story that was happening.
Yeah, exactly. They interweaved them in like a pretty intelligent way without it derailing from the actual story they were trying to tell, you know?
Yeah.
And like that's just the route they went. Like it's people just look for what they want to be offended by, honestly. They look for it in things. Oh, that like
I mean, yeah, you're
nobody's
allowed to
gonna live
not
up to your
like
fucking bullshit.
things. Or, like, you're allowed to, like, not like things, but then to be like, oh, well, you're fucking stupid if you think this is, like, you can't like this because it's fucking blah, blah, blah. It's low humor. What are you talking about, dude? Just because you don't enjoy something doesn't mean, like, that it has to be the end-all, be-all of anything.
I didn't really see anybody bitching about that, but I didn't know what I just saw people, and like honestly, it pissed me off. So like I unfollowed like several people that said something like that. I'm like, I don't need that negativity. I just don't need it.
You're like, Happy Gilmore 2 was fire.
Because
Fuck
it
off.
was.
I'm out of here.
Actually, it wasn't a few people. It was one person though, but I'm not gonna say it on air. But like it was only. But I didn't even really see people saying any specific things, but I saw like some things being shared. I'm like, it's gonna be met with these criticism.
Yeah, movie critic people that I follow on YouTube, like a couple of them did not like it at all.
If you look online, it's got positive ratings, I'm pretty sure, by critics and audiences overall, regardless of what people are, the negative things are always going to be fucking louder. But like, it was fantastic, and it was, in no way did it need to be. I never even thought about comparing Happy Gilmore 2 to Happy Gilmore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was exactly what it needed to be. It was a compliment to the original, and it was kind of a celebration of everybody and everything that was like the fan base that grew to love the original and hold it in such high regard, for everybody to kind of come together, one more time all these years later. You know what I mean? That's like what it was. It wasn't supposed to be better or any, you know what I mean? It was supposed to be like a compliment to it existing, you know what I mean? And then that's what they're gonna make, and then that's, you know what I mean, that's gonna be it. It's the same thing as kind of like what I was saying about the Top Gun Maverick thing or the Beetlejuice thing. Go in, do your things. It's kind of like, it's a, to use a wrestling term, it's a spot fest. Do all your fan service things for the fans that are always, oh, there's that quote, everybody knows it and loves it. You pull out your stuff, your bag of goods, so to speak, your signature moves, and fucking, you give it that kind of show. Like, that's really what it's supposed to be. And like, it was, honestly, I thought it was hilarious. Like, I thought it was pretty nonstop, and like, it was just how we needed to be, I feel like, to be able to sit back and kind of enjoy it and everything.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, I really liked it. Even comparing it to anything I haven't really thought of yet. I was just kind of like gonna hold that for a while and just be like, I'm gonna rewatch it at some point, because I'll probably rewatch it with somebody. Maybe has or hasn't seen it. We'll see. But it's Happy Gilmore 2 against Gridiron Gang. Oh man.
It's just a toss up, really.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that one.
Well, that's tough.
Because, like, yeah. Well, I mean, because, I have that one experience off of that, and, like, a lot of it's...
So, for that reason, you'd probably have to take Gridiron Gang.
Yeah.
I just figured it'd be a reason.
Well, no,
a way to talk about it.
No, for sure. And I don't even know if I would take it, because, like, honestly, like, I might have a better time watching Happy Gilmore 2, even if I watched it 10 times over, you know what I mean, than I would watching Gridiron Gang, or even than I'd want to watch it. But I do think it's, a pretty great sports film, Gridiron Gang. But maybe because I've watched it more and to give kind of a leniency reason, I would probably go with Gridiron Gang, but it's not necessarily because I was like, oh, this is way better or anything. Because honestly, I fucking fully back Happy Gilmore 2, and everybody should watch it on Netflix. Everybody did watch it. It's already one of the most viewed things of all time on Netflix.
Yeah. It got, like, the first weekend it was out, it got, like, the most streams over a weekend for... It was, like, the most streams of a Netflix original movie of all time, or something like that, within the first weekend of streams. Alright, so Gridiron Gang is up 5-4. And this one I just had to throw on here. It might be a given, but you showed it to me. I know you love it. So, Gridiron Gang or The Color of Money?
The Color of Money. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the great pool movies, man. Like, I saw those on there, and I was like, damn. I was like, I'm not going to put any pool on there. But... Not even because it was, because, I mean, I could have thrown them on there and tried to see, where I wanted to put it, but I don't know. The Color of Money, man, I thought it was pretty fucking classic, and it definitely led to the revival of pool in the 1980s in a lot of ways, because it, was kind of mainstream again, and Paul Newman and Tom Cruise, and it drew some people, especially a pool crowd. Billions.
Oh, yeah.
So... Yeah, I mean, that for sure. I would take
Tom
over
Cruise.
Does that give it a dead even split?
A 5-5 split.
Oh, man. So I guess we got mine, huh?
You are up.
Oh, shit. All right, well. Let's see here. All right, well, keep them just the same here. Your actual main tonight for this or that is going to be... Invincible.
Nice. Yeah, it's kind of a nostalgic one for me in a lot of ways too, but it is really good. Like, I feel like Invincible's kind of an underrated one too.
Yeah,
like
probably is
now.
Don't
really remember it that much. It's a Disney film too, isn't it?
Yeah, my dad liked that one a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
It's like one of the.
It's a good, like, true, kind of forgotten story. Shine some light on the guy, It's like, this guy walked in from behind a bar and fucking made the team.
Yeah, he did. He was in good shape, though. He fucking made the team, man. But yeah, Invincible, Mark Wahlberg. It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, first up, though, we've got Invincible and I think the first time I saw this, maybe we watched it together, but I know you had seen it before, and obviously I know you're... Matthew McConaughey fan. But Invincible or We Are Marshall. I think that's the only time I've ever seen it all the way through, maybe, though, whenever me and you watched it.
Yeah, it's a good, like, true story, too.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a rough story with some of the
it was.
Like, Marshall incident and stuff.
That was a brutal, like, story, honestly, to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Just like knowing that many, people passed, plane crash. I don't know how many people that was. I was like looking at the story again earlier. Because it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me too. I saw it like pretty early after it came out because I rented it back in the Blockbuster days.
Yeah.
And I saw it like a couple times since then, but it is like a really well done and like deserve to be told story, like in a movie. I think it's definitely worth the watch, and it's like for a sports movie, it's pretty heartfelt and stuff. But like, if it kind of comes down to what do I want to sit down and watch more often, have like have a chill night with, it's going to be Invincible. So I'm probably going to take Invincible.
No, for sure. And that's like I can see why you say that too. And like it makes all the sense in the world because I feel the same way. Like there's a certain amount of, it doesn't mean it's, per se like whenever you do that with certain things like a worse movie, but there's certain things that have such an emotional weight to them. It's like, okay, I can watch this and I love this, but like I can only digest this once in every good while,
Yeah.
Because it's like
some of those it's like a more heartfelt, serious, emotional, in a way, story. So you don't always, if you're like having a great day, you're like, oh man, what do we want to flip on? That's not always going to be the choice.
If they're trying to make you cry, maybe you flip it on. I don't know so you're taking Invincible?
Yeah.
Next up, we have something that I don't know if you've ever rewatched again, and I thought that I showed it to you, but you may have watched it before. So we've got Invincible or 61. The
61,
Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle story, chasing Babe Ruth's record.
Yeah, that's a good classic baseball story.
Great baseball movie.
Yeah. That's probably definitely an underrated movie in general because I hadn't seen it. I haven't seen it since.
That's probably a forgotten, but more so even in ways.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. You kind of feel bad for Roger throughout it. You're like, man, this poor guy.
Barry Pepper and Thomas Jane.
Yeah. Like, he's out here killing it, crushing it for this team, and their fans are like, man, fuck him.
Because Mantle was their guy, and they're like, fuck. It's just like, wouldn't you want other people being good on the team?
Yeah, wouldn't you just want both of them owning?
And Mickey was a fucking Yankee, man, and like, Roger came from Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, Midwest, but yeah, he just wanted to play baseball. But
yeah, I really enjoyed that movie, but for the nostalgia and the amount of times, I'm probably taking Invincible.
Damn.
Because like it kind of holds that place. I've seen it. I owned it as a kid. It was like one of those items where I was like, man, I only have a handful of movies on DVD.
Yeah,
this is one of them.
Exact same situation. So Invincible's up 2-0. All right, next up, we've got Invincible or Coach Carter.
Damn, that movie holds a special place in my heart too.
That's a great one.
That's like, I actually went and saw that movie in theaters with Aaron Carroll and like his mom.
They're like, he's like, this is what we're training you for, boy.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
That was like a really good, kind of well told. It's kind of had the similar vibes like Gridiron Gang. Like,
yeah, no, for sure.
Like the inner city kids, and he's like whipping them into shape and like getting them to really care about ball and what they're doing out there on the court. And I mean, it kind of has like a heartfelt emotion to it as well, but man, Coach Carter's one that kind of, I feel like flies under the radar a little bit too.
Those were the 2 sports movies that I had on DVD in my, like on my fucking case or shelf for like a long time.
Yeah. As much as I like Coach Carter, it's honestly due a rewatch. I feel like for me, it's due a rewatch. It's been a minute.
I feel like that would be extremely tough for me. Like those 2 against each other.
Yeah. Probably taking Invincible. By a hair. That's a close one though.
Yeah. All right. Not doing too bad at all. All right. Well, next up we've got Invincible or Semi-Pro.
Oh, damn.
Taking it in another direction.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, Will Ferrell, whenever he did like sports comedy movies, those might have been some of my favorite of his movies. Yeah. Semi-Pro and Talladega Nights.
Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory. Like,
that was one of my favorite Ferrell movies.
Yeah. Dude, I think, Semi-Pro and Will Ferrell's, like, filmography, too. Underrated.
I agree.
People, like, don't ever talk about that. I like the vibe of it in general. Just, like, the groovy, like, 70s feel and vibe to that whole movie. Like, Andre 3000. I love Andre 3000. Oh, and he's, like, got, like, one of the main roles in that movie and shit.
It's not, like, by any means, like, my favorite Will Ferrell movie, but it's, like, definitely underrated, and I agree.
Woody Harrelson.
I agree, fully underrated in Will Ferrell's filmography.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Woody he's my dog too, and he's in there. I'm going Semi-Pro.
Some people are like, you switched on that one?
Yeah, dude, Semi-Pro.
Oh, shit. Next up, we've got...
I feel like I rewatch that one every few years, though. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, like, Invincible I've seen a lot of times, but I've definitely seen Semi-Pro in more recent history.
Oh, yeah. And those are all movies, typically, like, a lot of sports movies usually are, but those are, like, good movies for anybody, like, that could watch, because they're never too, you know... And, like, a lot of the time, they're, like, true stories and stuff, but, like, I love sports movies if they're done, like, right.
Yeah.
Done well, I should say, not even right. Well, done well, or definitely done right if it's a true story in your life.
It's a true story. You gotta do right by the story.
That's what I mean, because, like, 42, they crammed... That's the thing, it's like, his life and everything that happened was a lot to shove into that amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That could have been a 3-hour film.
It could have been, yeah. So I was kind of wondering about that. I'm like, I didn't want how short they had to make parts of it to be... I mean, they also assume the viewer isn't stupid. They at least know some of Jackie's story anyway, you know? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I get that, too. And you should assume that to some degree, but some people don't. So, like, you gotta somehow fill in the blanks a little more. But that was one of the only things, too, because I was like, I hope everything's not, like rushed. You know what I mean? But what they did was show, like, the couple eras and stuff, and, they kind of put some of the text on the screen of just marking when things happened. But, they just kind of left it at a good note, and he was still, like, a young man, and just, like, I think it ended, and they were still in the first year, anyway.
Yeah. So,
anyway, sidetracking. Yeah, what did I say? Invincible and you said Semi-Pro. It's 3-1. Next up, we've got Invincible or The Blind Side.
Damn.
That's another one I watched in school.
Yeah, I watched that one a lot.
During, like, junior high.
I probably watched that movie 5 or 6 times, and probably 3 or 4 of them were in school. Yeah. I feel like.
For sure.
But I really enjoyed The Blind Side. Like, I really enjoyed that story, and the movie itself was just well done. But did you hear, like, Michael Orr came out years later and, like, said he, like, was bitching about all that shit? Did you hear about all that?
Yeah, I think.
He's what like, did he say about it, that it was not how it was or something. That they, like... I don't even remember exactly what everything... I don't even, like, want to speak on it too much, but I just remember him being like, that movie's bullshit.
I mean, how does he say it happened, I wonder?
Let's see here, Michael or Blind Side. He said that they flagrantly disregarded their statutory and fiduciary duties when he got into the NFL. They invaded his life. He got into a legal battle with them. Said that the family used his name for financial gain.
Ooh.
Claimed they lied by having him sign papers making them his conservators rather than his adopted parents. So.
Oh, man.
So.
that shouldn't take away from how good the movie was.
Yeah. But I mean, if it was a true story and that was the way the story was told and that wasn't the story, it's like, I don't know, man. But the movie itself, I did enjoy at the time. But Invincible still probably had more of a nostalgic effect on me because I watched it a lot as a kid and kind of grew up with it more. Mm-hmm. So I'd probably still, at the end of the day, take Invincible. But yeah, I just like, whenever The Blind Side got brought up, I just like thought of that again. I'm like, I thought, something happened with all that shit with him and that family.
Yeah, I knew some degree of controversy like ensued, but I wasn't sure.
That was a great performance by Sandra Bullock, though.
It was like, she did really well in that. She was put up for that one, I think. She had a hell of a performance in that. Yeah, I knew something had happened with all that, but I wasn't totally sure what his words about it were. Like, who the hell knows, man?
But yeah, Invincible for the win. So that puts it up, what, 4-1?
4-1, Invincible is up. But next up, we've got Invincible or Moneyball.
Yeah, I feel like I enjoy the sports movies that are more like the analytical management side. Like, I enjoy the sport movie with the athlete a lot too, but like, I think it's really cool seeing that side of stuff because even as a kid, I never thought, oh man, I'm going to probably be one of the pros. I always like had the dream that I was going to be one of the guys behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to be the guy that's signing dudes. I'm going to be the guy that's behind the mic commentating games. Like that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be on the court or field necessarily. But so maybe that's why those movies were like it's Draft Day. I love Draft Day.
I agree. Those movies are all fucking dope too.
Moneyball was fantastic, and it was a true story as well. Like movie. Just like pinching the money, but just making that shit work. It was like the small ball, kind of like the way that he just kind of like reconfigured baseball in their own sense. Like, okay, this is how we're gonna make this work with our financial budget, and how we're still gonna win games.
And they made it as far as like they did. It was insane, and they lost all those players. Like it was such a, like I'll just be frank, like, and especially my list is already done. But Moneyball is probably my favorite baseball movie of all time. Moneyball is in my top probably 15 films of all time. That's just me.
Yeah.
But no, I love, like, it's been a while since
really
I've watched
it. Regard.
It's been a while since I've watched, like, I don't want to say all the people that love it do, but there is a percentage of them, like, of people that have seen Moneyball, at least 25% of them think it's, you know, I mean, it got great, like, reviews all around, and, like, Jonah Hill and, you know, Brad Pitt and a lot of the people that were in that, like, people raved about their performances, and they were really good. But the whole movie was good, and like that's such a digestible movie. Like that's one of the reasons I've seen it as many times as I have, because it's such a nice watch, like to sit back and enjoy, and like the analytical side, and like but also be entertained by like both of them, especially what they bring to it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, just seeing the behind the scenes of the dugout and the clubhouse and stuff, in like within the film. And I don't know, just the whole thing, and like I love it. It is such a nice and easy, like that is one of my favorite relax and watch, you know, and consume like movies of all time. It's such a, I definitely put it up there.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's kind of tough, but I mean, I think I've probably seen Invincible more. I've seen Moneyball probably, I would say 3 to 4 times only, but...
Oh yeah, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it like 15 more times.
But yeah, I mean, it is a really well done movie, and I really like do enjoy it. I think just for how well done it is, I probably would take Moneyball by a hair.
Yeah.
But It's not taken away from, obviously not taken away from Invincible, because it's won a lot of these already. And that's a tough one, though.
Moneyball, I will say, though, even aside from, like, my opinion, like, it's, if you look, like, I mean, nobody has anything really bad to say about it. Like, it could just be, like, not their, thing, even if they're into sports movies or whatever, but it's pretty well reviewed by most everybody.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time, like, over 90% of, like,
because it's not, people. You don't have to just really be, like, into baseball necessarily, like, know, like, the inside baseball stuff to enjoy that movie. Like, it definitely helps, but
oh yeah,
it's one of those movies that kind of appeals to everybody because it is more behind the scenes and there's some of the drama that everybody can kind of like get into and invest into. But yeah, probably Moneyball by a hair. Like I said, those analytical sports movies are a little underrated.
Definitely. All right, so what is that, 4-2?
I think so.
Next up, we've got Invincible or The Sandlot.
Both nostalgic classics. Man. I don't know. Like, to me, it's not even necessarily one of my favorite movies of all time, but I just feel like The Sandlot is one of the most legendary films of all time because every generation of kid can watch and still enjoy that movie. It feels like kids still to this day can watch and enjoy Sandlot. Like, it just continues to age, and it's set in an era decades and decades before us, so our parents enjoyed watching it, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it has cross generations.
It's got a long shelf life. It's kind of like a simple, just summer kid story, and I kind of love those like kicked back summer stories, especially during this time of year. Like, it's nice to watch those sort of movies.
Yeah. It's like a perfect time of year to watch like the Goonies and shit like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd probably take The Sandlot. I think. Yeah, The Sandlot holds a pretty special place.
Yeah. No, I understand that love for it because I'm like we watched it a long time ago too. Like I said, we did watch it before I ever really saw it in school. That I can remember. And even at home, like, I would rewatch it several times. Like, I think we had it on VHS, like, initially. And then, I've definitely seen The Sandlot. Like, I don't even know how many times, but many at this point. Definitely dozens.
I've seen The Sandlot 2 and the third one.
Yeah, I've at least seen the second one.
I've seen the second one a few times, I think I might have had that one, too, eventually.
Invincible is still up, but it's up 4-3.
Oh damn!
Next up is Invincible or Remember the Titans.
Man, that's tough because a lot of people would say Remember the Titans is like their favorite football movie of all time. Mm-hmm. It's like kind of held in that regard, and I don't even necessarily know if that's my take on it, but it is like just such a well done story, and it's like dramatic and it's emotional and it's heartfelt, but there's like scenes where you can laugh and have fun some too, and it kind of has a little bit of everything for everyone. Man, probably Remember the Titans. That's tough, though. That is a tough one because Invincible to me, personally, like, might hold a little bit more of a personal place in my heart. Like, for me in my film watching journey. But I think Remember the Titans might be a little more of like a well done and well told, thought out, full on movie and story.
I know, that is a tough one. I don't know the answer to that either, like what my favorite football film would be.
Yeah. You know what is
those
extremely underrated? And it's probably just because I love old, leatherhead football. I just, live for those images and, watching those. If you see a clip of that stuff, I just love seeing that super old football shit. They're playing, in the mud and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're little, leather helmets and stuff. But Leatherheads with, George Clooney. He, directed it, too. It's kind of like a comedy, but it's, 19... 20s or I think it's the mid to late 1920s football, and it's a comedy film, but I love the hell out of that movie too. Just because there's no movies really with that era of football.
No. Be like Ray Chapman, where he got hit in the head with a fucking baseball and died. He was the only person in the MLB that ever happened. But it's because they didn't have helmets. But after that, they got them.
They're oh, yeah, we gotta change this up.
Yeah, he's the only person that ever happened at the in the MLB level. Yeah, I read a book and did a whole ass book report on that in 8th grade. The Ray and Me, those Shoeless Joe and Me books where the kid had the baseball card and then it would take him back in time. And he's trying to give, and Ray was a dick. He's like, I'm take this, put this on. I don't need that shit. He didn't want the helmet. But yeah, they were like, "What the fuck are you talking about, kid?"
He got whopped.
Yeah. That's generally what happened, was that he would go back and try to have good intentions and what happened, but then for whatever reason, just the plan would just go sideways, and just in them changing it, nothing would change.
It'd get worse.
Yeah, well, no, it would still would happen,
yeah.
But pretty much each time. But those books were cool, though. I really loved reading those way back when. But yeah, I remember that whole story from that. But they had to introduce helmets. I gotta stop fucking yawning. All right, here we go. Let's do it here. Sports movies.
4-4.
Invincible, yeah, it is 4-4. So next up, we've got Invincible or 42, the Jackie Robinson story. It's really just 42, but just so the folks out there know.
This might be a hot take, but I'm probably taking Invincible.
No, that's not necessarily a hot take. I would maybe say at least.
But it's also because of kind of what we were talking about, what you said. I feel like with the Jackie Robinson kind of story and everything, not that they even did all of it or anything like that, but it almost felt like he even still kind of deserves a little more than what that was.
He does. It was good.
Yeah, it was well done. But it felt like it could have been more than it was. It kind of left you wanting a little more than what you got.
Yeah. The reality of it is, in order for the one film to be good, part of his story was going to be shortchanged. Whether that was more towards the end, or more towards the beginning, or more towards his, you know what I mean? Yeah. And instead they focused on his journey up to make it there.
Yeah.
His journey in, which no, isn't, because that's a critical moment, and then his debut, and then that first season. Mm-hmm. You know, they might have played more than that. I can't entirely remember, so I might be.
Which again, I think I've only seen that movie twice.
Yeah, I've seen it probably 4 times, maybe 4 or 5 times. But it's been a long time since I had. Most of those viewings were in the first 2 years it came out. And it came out in 2013.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, 42. Yeah, that movie's good, but I definitely think that's the case. Knowing just, because it's almost like his career, that's a whole other thing to tell, because it's kind of him dealing with that, and then as he sees the rise of black players coming in to the league and stuff like that too, because he was living through that, and there was just more and more and more, and the league changed, and so it's kind of there would be a whole nother interest in knowing how his career played out in his years after, or just whatever. So yeah, but yeah, the reality of the runtime thing is part of his story was going to be shortchanged.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, it's just how it ended up playing out.
Yeah. But they did get like the critical.
But yeah,
moments.
I mean, it was well done and stuff. It was just kind of for that reason.
But Invincible,
I've seen a handful more times, and
Invincible definitely has the nostalgic like factor to it, and like maybe because like I knew the 42 movie, so it wasn't. I'm not saying it couldn't have an impact on me, but the story has an impact on me. This is my point. The story, Jackie Robinson's story, has an impact on me, regardless of if there's a movie made about it or not. Not that I wouldn't want it to be. Not that I wouldn't want a movie like that was made about it, but like whether or not there's a movie about it, more so knowing the history and understanding. Because like that wasn't even just for baseball. That was the first time like any of the leagues had integrated, and like with the black and white players in the same league. So like that was a huge. That was that changed everything. And I think I don't know, but yeah, that is my opinion on that because. Like, it was cool to see it done well, and I don't really have any complaints about it. But if I had one, it would be what we just talked about. But yeah, I might even say the same thing if I had those two. So you're going Invincible again?
Yep.
I think it is 5-4-2. The only ones you took over it were Semi-Pro, Moneyball, The Sandlot, and Remember the Titans.
Yep.
Whenever I skipped these other ones, I was like, just shaking my head. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, that's also your connection to certain, things. Next up and last, we've got Invincible or The Wrestler.
Damn. Again, I've seen Invincible more, for sure. Dude, have we ever watched The Wrestler? I don't know if we
I thought that we had because it's been a while, dude. I watched that movie so many times, like in the years.
I don't even know if I've honestly seen that movie more than once.
Yeah, you definitely
Which
should.
Is
we should watch it. I think maybe we did, but I honestly can't confirm that for sure. I know I showed Stevens that we watched that together, but me and you, I figured we may have.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Just for the purpose of not seeing it that much, probably I'm going to take Invincible. But
The Wrestler was great.
Insane, yeah.
Almost
The
100%.
Wrestler seems like exactly my type of movie.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I would love the hell out of it if I probably watched it again. But
it would be like every bit as good, if not better, than the Iron Claw in like a lot of. I mean, the thing is like that was great and had its things, but like The Wrestler was so like fucking well done. In like its simplicity was so. Everything about it was just felt like raw and real, knowing kind of like that world a little better as we do. And like, well, just the culture of it and like the indie shows and the, what I'm saying? Like the grind of it and like the traveling. We don't know it personally, but like we know being connected to the industry more by being a long time like fan and everything. It is more relatable in that sense than like a lot of other stuff too. But yeah, The Wrestler is up there. It's definitely my top 25. Maybe my top 15 still, but I have no idea what that list looks like. So, but I would say it could at least still be within my top 15, maybe top 10, but I don't know that for sure because I haven't tried to order any of my fucking rankings for films in a while, outside of like series and shit. But anyway, oh man, you took that over The Wrestler. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, just for the purpose of not seeing The Wrestler all that much, I couldn't, in good faith, take it over Invincible because Invincible does kind of have a place within my film journey. Like I said, like I watched it kind of young and stuff, but I'm sure if I watched The Wrestler again, I probably would.
Oh, it's great.
Enjoy it a lot. So it's kind of just by default a little bit, but
well, you ended up taking Invincible over. It was a 6-4, I think.
Yeah,
that's pretty solid. More even. The lists were way more even this week.
Yeah, it doesn't always happen that way, but it's kind of fun when it does.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, that was This or That.
Hell yeah.
And I guess we can come back and
review the films.
Yeah, talk about the movies and also do the good, the bad, and the shits. Good old fashioned
rounds out there.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. Stick with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back from our break, and it is time for both the return of the movie swap segment review portion of the segment and the introduction for the next film to lead towards the next review and the good, the bad, and the shits following that. So brace yourself.
A lot going on.
We got a lot of shit going, but stick with us. So yeah, as everybody knows from a few episodes ago, our last solo, we made the long-awaited return of the movie swap segment. I mean, I don't even know if it was that awaited because it's been a long time.
It's probably forgotten.
That's been gone since like episode 20.
Yeah.
Which was many moons ago.
We'd really only done it a few times.
Yeah, we really only did it like 5, maybe 6 times. So we'll see what happens in the second chapter. It's getting a second life. It got the segment got CPR. We got to make the most of it, you know. But this was always a fun concept. I feel like, you know what I mean, just in general, because like we're like, what's gonna be our identity? Like, what are our segments gonna be? And some of them just kind of occurred, but also that one was something I was like, that would kind of be interesting. And like, not that you wouldn't want to watch certain things anyway, but it gives a reason when one of us hasn't seen it or it's been a long time, or like if you stand by something that I thought was kind of like you saw once but I didn't give it a fair shot, or maybe you didn't feel like you did but you saw it 8 years ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like stuff like that's perfect because then it's just like you have a reason to watch it and kind of have a further look upon it. So this last time we gave each other, you gave me Snatch and I gave you Dream Scenario.
Yeah,
well,
it was a good return to form there.
It was, yeah. Honestly, like, I mean, we could start with whichever one, I guess. Do you want to start with Snatch?
Yeah, we can. I mean, then we watched it first. So.
We did. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the coin decided that, as a lot of the time, and we're like, well, how should we do this? Should we do it fair? Just a bunch of meaningless decisions that we have to end up doing one or the other anyway. But, yeah, man, Snatch was, I mean, what would you call that? Like a comedy action?
It's like a crime.
Or like
it was
a
like
crime?
A crime.
It was
comedy.
Definitely comedic too. Yeah, I was going to say comedic too, but I guess crime is definitely more accurate.
But there was, like a bunch of different groups of people and kinds of people, and they all kind of were plotting and scheming their own things and stuff. It's kind of an intriguing... It was like a big cast of characters, but just kind of like an intriguing story of how it like all ended up intersecting.
They did it like a lot of the Italian or like the mobster, sort of things do it. They're like, oh, he is Johnny Four Fingers. Yeah, and then they're like, and he is motherfucker Luke. And he is, they're like, there's always just like...
Yeah, it is always like that though.
It's always they're always like going through whatever. They're like, meet the family. Like this is this guy. This is what he does.
Yeah.
This is this guy. He's the sandwich
It's
guy.
Trash Can Tony.
Yeah.
As you would say.
Joey Two Titty Bang Bang.
It's because he's fast. He's a hitman. So he got the nickname Two Titty Bang Bang.
Oh shit! Those all this it makes sense, but like whenever they went through that kind of gave me some type of aura of like what kind of movie it was gonna be. But it was also one of those action movies, especially like it was crime, but it was like that fast stunt work like they do with the with the angles, and especially like at that
way
time.
The camera.
It just looks so. They try to make it really look
spun into just the next scene a lot.
Yeah, like superhuman type shit.
Or the scene where Avi, the guy who was like after the diamond the whole time, like hears that they let Frankie out of their sight, and he's like, he's gonna go gamble away all the money and stuff. And he like, they just did that like quick cut of him like flying.
Yeah.
And he's just like, sit down and shut up, you big bald fuck. That scene.
It like pivoted right to that.
That was a cool cut though.
That was.
It was like
that
him
was.
From like England or wherever to where. No, he was in America and he flew out to England.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, I left the sunny beach or wherever to come here. And he's like, we have beaches? He's like, who the fuck wants to see you?
Yeah. No, that movie like was strong in like just persistently entertaining dialogue. And like even some of the fights I thought were pretty entertaining. Like, because you didn't actually know who was going to like, you know, I kind of thought that Brad Pitt's character was gonna fold, like, you know, one or both the times or whatever, and then like he didn't, of course, and then he got the piss beat out of him like that one, and it's just, did he come back and win? It's like, what the hell? I was like, he got smacked and he went like 6 feet in the air.
It was the freaking, he was a pikey, man.
Yeah.
He was a tough son of a bitch because he came from that. He came from like bare knuckle brawling.
There was a lot of people in that, for sure, a lot of characters.
He was like, that was definitely an acting performance by Brad Pitt too.
Yeah.
That was like,
yeah,
the character was outside of the norm for something he would do, and he had like a full-on accent, and even the way that Mickey spoke was like, it was like quick and a weird pace.
Oh yeah,
and stuff. It was,
he definitely committed to it for sure.
Like, I'm sure that he had to listen to actual pikeys and gypsies and stuff talk and like look up videos and hear different things to get that kind of cadence down.
Yeah.
So like, there's no way that like, how would, that's Brad Pitt. Like, there's no way that came naturally. How do you like get yourself to do
it? Was convincing
that
too. Like the whole thing, his whole character.
Jason Statham, I thought he was pretty great too in it.
Yeah.
He was like maybe the main character.
Probably.
If there was one.
I know they like list Benicio's name maybe first, but that was, you know, it was kind of like an ensemble of like a lot of different people. Not that they were all like mega stars yet, but
yeah, it was a lot of people.
There was a lot of people. There was a big cast for sure. A lot of people playing a part.
Yeah, it was. I like got into. I like watched that movie whenever I was just. For some reason, I got on a kick of like, I would hear about certain directors or look up certain directors, and then I would just kind of try to watch a handful of their movies while they were like fresh in my mind. And that was like Guy Ritchie. I was like looking up and thinking about that dude. So I watched. That was probably my favorite of the movies of his that I watch. I watched that one and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. But he also did the like Sherlock Holmes films. And more recently, he did the Aladdin remake. So like he's kind of like moved away from more of the action, crime, comedy stuff. But I feel like that kind of felt like his bag. Like The Man from U.N.C.L.E., I thought that was really good too.
Mm-hmm.
But that was kind of a remake from an old TV show. But like that was kind of like a suave crime detective noir story, you know? Kind of like James Bond feel. I'm just like, I feel like that's his wheelhouse. Like, it's kind of weird to see him. It's like this guy, it felt like that's what he came in doing. He's like this fancy kind of British dude. You know? Like it seems like those are his kind of movies. I don't know.
Just kicking some ass. I'll admit, honestly, speaking of James Bond, I haven't really ever seen, like, I've seen probably parts of a few of them, but I haven't really sat down and ever watched any James Bond movies.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I've seen at least one of the Pierce Brosnan ones back in the day. And I saw like the Daniel Craig ones. I saw Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace and Skyfall. But I think I've seen Casino Royale a few times, and Quantum of Solace I've seen at least twice, but I think I've only seen Skyfall the one time. And I think there was one even after that, or two, of Daniel Craig.
Oh yeah, yeah, he made a bunch of them. He might have had more films, or as many as several of the other people that played him.
So many James Bond movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Devin likes them. Like, he's into those movies, but yeah, I never really like as much as I've got into film and branched out and watched a bunch of different shit from a bunch of different people and stuff, like James Bond is one of the ones that I haven't seen a whole lot of, which is kind of weird. Because I like that kind of stuff. Like, I like crime stuff and detective stuff and spy stuff. Like, it's neat, but I don't know. It just felt like, it always felt like too much. I'm like, I don't even know where to, like, there's 20, there's 26 of these. Like, I don't really freaking know which ones are going to be good and which ones are going to be ass at this point. You know, I don't want to waste my time on one that's like one of the shittiest ones.
I mean, I would probably watch some of them, or maybe even start with the Daniel Craig ones, like the first one of the ones he did.
Casino Royale is good.
Is that the first one he did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not that I can remember. I know that came on TV all the time.
Yeah. And Quantum of Solace, I think a lot of people kind of complained about that one because it wasn't necessarily what Casino Royale was, but I still liked that one. And Skyfall, everybody loved that one too.
Yeah.
And that Adele song got huge from that movie, that Skyfall song. Do you remember that era? That song is fire though. Adele's actually really damn good.
What song is it?
It's literally called Skyfall.
Oh, is it Skyfall? Yeah. I probably know it, I just can't think of any of the lyrics or anything right now.
I can't even imitate it because it's Adele. I'm not even going to try to do that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, she's got quite a powerful voice for sure.
I'm not going to embarrass myself on the podcast like that.
Well, made a profit in theaters. Look at that. Budget of $10 million, made $83.6 million.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a hell of a profit, actually.
I wonder if it did the best, like, it probably did the best here. It was a lot of American actors, too.
It said it was released in, the premiere was the 23rd of August, 2000, and then September, December in the U.S. Wow. Yeah, it was pretty packed. I mean, not necessarily, like, all star packed, but it definitely, like, had quite a few people that were stars or became stars. And, yeah, I don't know. I think, like, definitely, like, some of the action scenes, I was like, this shit's fucking filmed crazy. It was in that, like, era when they were experimenting with so many different styles. But see, that's what I mean. That was at the time when, like, films looked so much different from one another. Because there was, like, that. And then there was, like, Spider-Man and shit was coming out. But there was also stuff that was, like, they looked, you know what I mean? Everybody's filmmaking looked different.
Yeah.
I feel like more different than it does now.
And the 2000s, that everybody kind of had their own.
Because there was a little bit of yesteryear.
Yeah.
And what that era was becoming. And then some people were like a little bit ahead of the game.
You could make a wild, fantastical, out there movie because it was possible at that point. But you could still make a gritty crime drama that looked, you know, raw.
It looked apart,
you know,
with, like, even if it wasn't a small budget, like, it kind of looked that way, you know. In 10 mil, but honestly, like, they made, you know, look at how much money the Saw movies made with having the little ass budget.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah, they were cranking them out every Halloween season, year upon year.
I thought the 11th one was supposed to come out this year, but I don't know what the hell was going on with that.
I think there was, like, arguments with the studios and shit.
Oh.
over that too. Somebody like it was either a writer director issue or like a studio director issue. Somebody was mad or couldn't agree with somebody else and basically fucking held up everything because of it, I believe.
Saw 11?
Yeah, I think so, because it was supposed to come out last year, I thought.
I didn't know if that
and
was
then they got like delayed, and then now you're not really hearing about it as much. And then they like said it was gonna come out at some point this year, but then it's like been quiet again. So who knows? This is the thing. All these like studios, and then you got writers and directors and producers and all the different people that have to answer to each other and give orders to one another, and it's like all it takes is one relationship to crumble and be like, well, fuck that, and then it just halts production, and then everything's fucked.
Yeah, you don't want to shut down production.
Then it takes forever to get it going again.
Well, do you want to switch it over to Dream Scenario?
Yeah, well, you gave me Dream Scenario. That came out, what, just last year? A couple years ago?
Yeah, it might have been a 23 release. Where everybody starts dreaming about it.
It was, 2023.
Paul, what was their last name? He took hers, he said.
Oh, yeah.
And Nick Cage, man. Nicolas Cage. Wasn't that his name? Yeah, that might have been right.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage, man. That's like seeing the movie and like once I saw it, I'm like, man, I can't imagine really anybody else being this guy but Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways, like the character itself almost feels like just the kind of like that weird, awkward, middle-aged dude. Like it just feels like it's like, man, they wrote this for him almost.
That's what I said, because honestly, if you plug somebody else in there, whether they were good or they were whatever funny, like doesn't it seem like in a weird way like nobody would be as interesting as he was in that role, just because like it was a movie kind of made for him to play like that kind of part,
Yeah, he was like, there were certain moments within that movie, like things that he said or did or whatever, where you're like, you felt just like your skin crawled. You felt so awkward for him through the screen. You're oh my god, dude.
It was not. There was some moments that were just a big eye roll.
It's pretty hilarious, though.
I don't want to do the ad with Sprite.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, I think they were offering him a good deal because it is, in everybody's dreams. Of course, that's the whole story. Like, people start dreaming about this guy, this professor, and he's not even really doing anything. But like, as the time goes on, their dreams get a little progressively crazier, and like then people resent him in real life from what's happening in their dreams, and it's like. It's just unfortunate, even that scenario, just like thinking about that, because it's like you are not even doing anything, and because everybody's like, oh man, stay away from that guy. It's like, I didn't fucking do anything.
Yeah, you really did like start to feel really bad for him. He was like certainly the biggest victim of the whole situation. At first it was like all positive. Yeah. It was all just like fame. Everybody was like, it's the dream guy. And then eventually he was like, nobody even wanted to be in the same establishment he was in.
Man, he should have really taken advantage of that Sprite ad while he could.
Oh, yeah.
He could have made some bank off of just one commercial.
He could have ran an ad on their social media shit like every day for a while.
Yeah.
It was still going good.
It got really bad really quickly, though, it felt like.
Yeah.
Because like more people were just dreaming about it. That sequence whenever that girl that he went out to the bar with to get a drink and everything, and then they came back and she wanted to recreate like the scene or just at least the beginning of it.
Oh god, that was awkward as hell too.
Yeah,
Then he was
Well,
oh, Jesus.
And then that fantasy where he like came through charging through, and you're like, whoa, because he looked kind of freaky. Like the camera was like, it came charging through. I thought that happened a few times whenever I watched it, because I was like, not just the once, but it was freaky because he had that look on his face and the way he was running.
Yeah, he actually looked pretty damn terrifying in the dreams sometimes.
Yeah. At first, it was so goofy because he would just walk into the space that you were in and, like, just be doing
just
nothing.
Be there.
Yeah.
He said, like I just saw on the trivia, that he said that he wanted to retire after shooting this movie because he thought that his trilogy of Pig and then The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent and then this dream scenario was the perfect trilogy and to end his career on. He was like, these are three like great films of mine. I should just call it quits.
They are. They really are. He's made some great movies though.
Yeah, he just went there for a while, just made a lot. He just made whatever came his way. But it feels like now he is kind of like a little more choosy about it, but he's just making what he wants to make, and it's kind of like strange roles sometimes.
Yeah.
Like just kind of out there for Nick Cage.
I don't think if anybody else, you plugged anybody else in that, it would have been like as interesting. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
You wouldn't have given a fuck what they were doing.
It's pretty cool though that he like embodied that so well. Like that was definitely like whenever I think, like I'm a huge National Treasure fan and stuff, so like that's probably my favorite Nick Cage film in a lot of ways because I just like that movie. But like this might be one of Nick Cage's best performances because it feels like it's like this role was meant for Nick Cage, kind of like.
Oh yeah.
And it was a little more depthful, and it was kind of like the story was revolved specifically around him, you know, that character.
The first time I watched it, it sat with me for like definitely a number of days. I was like, damn. I was like, that was weird. Like it was definitely, well, because like I didn't totally understand how the last little bit went whenever they're like, yeah, we're going to make this thing and you can dream about stuff you want to or whatever, and then they're like, we're gonna put ads in dreams and shit. It was like, what in the hell is going on here?
That would be just horrible.
Yeah,
just like
it's like I'm not gonna buy one of these
things. Get some rest, bro.
But yeah,
get your fucking shoes out of here.
So yeah, one of your more favorite Nick Cage performances.
Yeah, I mean it just felt like it was a very like well done, depthful Nick Cage performance. It feels like he's doing that more though in his later career. Like I still want to check out The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Like everything I've seen from that movie, it looks great. Looks like hilarious. And it also looks like a very Nick Cage kind of thing because it definitely like the role was specifically made for him again in that movie. So I always wanted to check that one out, and I like have meant to for a while. But it feels like he's kind of like in that era of his career now where he's getting a little more depthful in his performances and a little more weird and out there and branching into just doing what he wants to do. But it's like it works for him. I think it's good for him.
Well, and that, that was an original film too.
Yeah. So A24.
Yeah, they got some good shit, man.
Yeah, they do.
They got some quality pieces. But yeah, it's fun, Even to bring back the segment and like just be reintroducing different things again.
Yeah.
Definitely got some that we'll have to watch down the pipeline here soon as well.
We gotta exchange them tonight.
Yeah, we do.
Gotta give a new one out to each other.
I know. Who wants to go first?
I can give you mine, I guess. I don't think that you said you've watched this. If you have, I can switch it up to another one. But I was gonna give you Apocalypto. Have you watched it yet?
Nope.
All right, it's a Mel Gibson directed movie, but it's super cool. It's like honestly a pretty simple story. It's just like a chase kind of movie, but it's Mayans. Literally, it's the description is. I can pull it up here. The Mayan kingdom is at the height of its opulence and power, but the foundations of the empire are beginning to crumble. The leaders believe they must build more temples and sacrifice more people, or their crops and citizens will die. Jaguar Paw, a peaceful hunter in a remote tribe, is captured along with his entire village. He's scheduled for a ritual sacrifice until he makes a daring escape and tries to make it back to his pregnant wife and son. So it's like a story about this guy escaping, but it's just like dives deep into Mayan culture, and it's once again like I feel like Mel Gibson did this with multiple of his movies. Like there's no English spoken in the movie; it's all like ancient language. It's Yucatan, which is what the Mayans spoke, and everything spoken in the movie is Yucatan, which is just kind of like a crazy fact of the movie. But it's really cool, really like historical. It's kind of neat to like have a movie just about the Mayans within the Mayan language and that era. And
yeah, it said it was set around like 1511.
Yeah, because it was like around the time that the explorers were about to find them and stuff. And brutal too. There's just like some brutal moments in that movie, but
that's exciting.
It's cool.
I've never seen it.
It's cool. Yeah, it's on Hulu and Peacock, I think. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I was like, that might be in the running for like potentially my favorite Mel Gibson directed movie.
He stars in it and directs it?
Oh, he's not even in it.
Oh, really?
It's like all, because I mean, everybody looks like a Mayan, and you know, he doesn't really look like a Mayan.
Well, yeah. That's true. Yeah, I actually was just reading that. They're like, yeah, they actually had some like other indigenous cultures and Mexicans and people like that.
Yeah.
That were starring in their roles. You know.
Yeah, it was just kind of neat though. Like I really enjoyed that one.
Apocalypto.
Apocalypto.
No, that's exciting. That'll be a good time. But no, I was thinking of movies that I had seen too, even in the last and I told you that the last 6 months to a year that I had seen, that whether they were during horror season or not. If we want to hold those off, that's another thing too. We could do, you know, like there's multiple that I saw like earlier this year whenever I was going through the sports movies and all the sports docs and whatnot. Like there was a few movies that I like racked up that I had never seen before, and I knew that you hadn't seen them either. So I was like, maybe I'll just go down, you know, because tonight we had sports movies anyway, so it kind of fits. But there's a biographical sports movie that I was going to give you. The 2023 Air movie. About the origin of Air Jordan, like the shoe line, the whole So a Nike employee seeks to strike a business deal with rookie player Michael Jordan. The first year he's in the league, man, as he's coming into the league, and they're trying to decide, where's he going? You know, and then I think he ends up getting drafted third in the first round. So he's in the first round, but that still burned his ass for years. But like, I mean, he's in it, and his family's in it because they have a large part to do with wanting him to have a piece of the shoe deal and everything else, and nobody ever had any piece of that, you know. But you know, even beyond that, nobody had ever had a shoe coming into the league before, and certainly nobody had really ever had a successful shoe deal before, like, you know, that was part of the NBA, much less like Nike, because Nike wasn't known for, he didn't even want to go with Nike at first because they weren't known for being a basketball shoe, or at least not a quality one before that time. So, but yeah, Affleck, Damon, the Boston boys.
Yep.
The Buds. So yeah, they're in it, and it's, you know, it's, I don't know, I really liked it, but I watched it when I was really binging, like, all the sports docs and the movies earlier this year. But it kind of shows, you know, like, he's Matt Damon's character is playing like, I guess, what's his name? Phil. He's Phil Knight. I mean, he's still fucking around today, obviously. As Ben Affleck, so he's like basically the CEO, and Matt Damon's the one trying to get like the shoe deal like locked and for them to get Michael Jordan. But man, no, it's pretty solid. I mean, I know you know generally like an outline of that he was like he's the first one that really had a major shoe deal at like that level.
Yeah, it's Ben Affleck directed as well.
It is Jason Bateman, Chris Tucker. Oh man,
Chris Tucker in it, man.
Yeah.
Viola Davis.
I think this is just on Prime.
Yeah. This looks like shoe salesman.
But talking about analytics too, like, and that definitely plays a factor in this big time as well.
Will enjoy it for that aspect too.
Mm-hmm. No, and it's good. Like those are all quality actors too. But yeah, I really liked it. Like, and I also just love biopics. Like, you know, I told you that. Like, whenever it's a story like that I'm interested in, you know, and whoever's portraying it, like, it has my interest if I'm already like into the subject or story, and like, especially sports dramas and sports, just, you know, true stories, like a lot of the ones we talked about earlier tonight. Some of them weren't, some of them were, and some of the ones that aren't historical, you know, fact either are still, you know, can be good. Mm-hmm. Many of them are, but it's just like, it's also really nice whenever a story is told so satisfyingly, like in a film. Yeah. You know what I mean? Without it being like fabricated or rushed. But it's hard sometimes. It's the way people expect like a movie to be as good as like a book or whatever. They would include all this. It would be a 14-hour movie. You can't expect it to have every single detail the book has, is my point.
Yeah.
If you're gonna see it, you know.
Yeah, it's
maybe you should only see one or the other, or
it is kind of
not.
The bummer though of it is you kind of just gotta expect that if you enjoy the book a lot, that the movie probably won't have the detail the book had, unless
unless it was maybe like an extended series, like
potentially that.
But that's about it. It's, you know, I'm sure
if it's a film, it's probably not going to.
Dude, lately more than ever, every single movie that's coming out, every single one of them, there is so much just criticism one way or another. I'm like, it seems like now, I mean, like this year even, it is like louder than I've ever.
It's ridiculous.
Because they're making them all, they're like, no, this is this. And it's just like, dude, no, it's just like, can we just, at least if we're going to bicker about it, can we at least keep it to like the movie level? Like, don't start saying, this is a statement for that, and then this means that. And then no, like, just try to like assess what you thought of the film.
Yeah.
Because you can criticize it, but like, it's just so like loud on those other sides of it. But, you know, oh well. I love movies before all this fucking noise.
Internet for you.
You know? And you did too.
Oh, yeah.
Before all this fucking noise.
I mean, yeah, I still listen to some movie reviewers and stuff, but that's the thing. Even the movie reviewers on the internet and whatnot, like that I listen to on YouTube, if they like a movie or they don't like a movie, they just talk about the things they liked or didn't like. They don't like, they're not hateful or like harmful about it. You know, they're just talking movies. That's all I want to hear.
Well, and it's a fucking work of, it's a film, it's an art, it's a piece of art, it's a creation.
Yeah.
But
it's a good time.
But yeah, no,
those are next week. It's Apocalypto,
Air and Apocalypto. Yeah, 2 A names. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, I was gonna go with that, and I had 2 other ones in the bag that were like similar up the alley. But obviously, Air is based on, you know, a true story and everything, and it is. It was really good. I mean, most of those people are still alive anyway. But yeah, I think you'll like it. Solid, definitely vastly different films.
Yeah. Be vastly different experiences for sure.
Yeah, that it will. Well. Next up, to wrap us up here, we got the good, the bad, and the shits. We could at least do a couple of them each.
Yeah, I got a couple here.
Yeah. I got it too.
Who wants to go?
I'll just throw mine out there, my first one. And this would not have occurred to me, except obviously lately I've been, as you know, binging that 70s show again for the first time, and the whole thing all the way through beginning to end for the first time in years, even though I know the story very well. But it got to like the 5th season, and Jim Gaffigan shows up as Roy. Like, hides like old, his old. He like my mom signed me up for the Big Brother program. Like, it was, but manager. Dude, he was so funny. Yeah. He was so funny as Roy. But like, my whole thing was as a talent, like actor, comedian, everything. What do you think of Jim Gaffigan? He's like cleaner style comedy, but honestly, he's still a pretty entertaining individual for sure.
Jim Gaffigan makes me laugh, dude.
He does,
like almost everything I see him in. Like even his stand-up.
He's so funny.
His stand-up even being clean, the dude can talk about a bowl of nachos for 5 minutes and it'll be damn funny.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of like, he has that, and it's not even because he is one, because he seems like he probably is a pretty intelligent dude and stuff too, but like, he kind of has that like big oafy energy about him that's just kind of like, this guy's silly,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say, there's no way I would say he's underrated by any ways though, because he has like fucking 14 specials or some crazy shit. He's got a special on like every platform. He's on like Hulu, Prime, Netflix. He branched out everywhere.
Dude, he just cracks me up in so many of the. He was only in like 10 or less of the episodes, but he killed it every time.
There's a lot of comedians in that.
Oh show. Yeah, some of just one of the lines like that just killed me, especially because it was him, and if you know like what you were saying, like is just in that gentle sort of like innocent nature, but just kind of, he comes off as a moron at the same time. One of the guys asked him, they're like, "Oh yeah, hey Roy, how you been?" And he's just like, not doing too bad. And he's like, I was living with this woman for a while. And they're like, "Oh yeah, what happened?" He's like, and just imagine his delivery. He's like, "She found out I was living there." It's just like, I don't know. It's just so funny, like watching him. Because like he can deliver lines that would definitely, same thing. It would not be as funny if it was somebody else,
Yeah, he's like his own kind of style of humor, I feel like.
Yeah.
He kind of has his own thing.
He like, I mean, the thing is, like, a lot of the dirtier comedians, like, that we listen to, too, is, like, he does have a lot of specials and stuff, Jim Gaffigan does, but I don't feel like a lot of the, he may, like, get overlooked in the grand scheme of whenever you think about comedians today, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, like, modernly right now, but I feel like he's made enough of a stamp that, like, he has an audience that like watches probably every one of his specials. So like he has his own cutout audience at this point in the game. Like I don't think that he's necessarily going to get any bigger than he is or has been, but I think that he's like going to be remembered within the stand-up comedy game for sure too.
Like, he's good though. I think he's a good actor and he's a pretty funny comedian.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, I don't really know what the perception is on Jim Gaffigan necessarily, because like, I don't hear too many people, like the common man necessarily, speak insanely highly about him, but you don't hear anybody hate on him.
No.
And like anybody that works within the field of like comedy or acting or whatever loves Jim Gaffigan.
How could you hate on that guy?
Yeah, I'd probably say fair. I think Jim Gaffigan, if anything, you know what, I said I wasn't going to do it, but I might go a little underrated, if anything. Because I think that he could be a little bigger, man. Could be a little bit of a bigger star, but he's also a family man. He's got a shitload of kids.
He stayed true to his lane too.
Yeah.
He's never like.
So, I think he's good for what he is, but yeah, he seems just like a pretty genuine dude, and he's always funny in whatever he ends up in. So, I'll say a little underrated, probably.
Yeah, he was hilarious just in those episodes. So I was just thinking about it. Whenever I threw it on the list, and I was like, damn. I was like, he's pretty entertaining, and sometimes I don't think he gets the notoriety, even though he's definitely got his audience.
Yeah.
So alrighty, well, old Jim giving him some love.
All right, what do you think of fruit cups? Like the little Dole ones, like the mandarin oranges or the sliced pineapples.
Like just from like the store?
Them, like, yeah. I'd like, as a kid, dude, I used to think they were nasty. I used to not like them at all. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm older, though, like the little mandarin orange ones, especially, like I kind of like those things. They're just like,
or like peaches, stuff like
simple.
that.
Yeah, you just get like the little like Dole cups of them.
Mm. They have all that shit freeze dried now too. Like there's fruit, like I mean, because a lot of the time you would see banana chips and something else, but now they have them all blueberries, raspberries, fucking everything is freeze dried too. You can get anything any sort of way.
Gonna be preparing us to move to the outer space, man.
Yeah,
abandoned
maybe.
Earth.
Fruit cups. I see those were beneficial. Like fucking somehow now. I guess it was 11 months ago. Not quite now. Whenever I had my wisdom teeth removed, so I had to get a bunch of like softer stuff to eat, yogurts, and like I ate some of the fruit cups, and I got one of those cottage cheese cups with like the fruit that comes with it that you can mix in, and those weren't too bad either.
See, I don't like cottage cheese. I haven't had it in forever, but that was one of the things that like now more than anything, nothing that like tastes bad necessarily. Like if something tastes bad, I'll take a bite of it and I'll be like, I don't want any more of it. But like the things that I'm like, I gotta spit this out, if ever, it's because of the texture of something. If the texture is something that like reminds me of something nasty as fuck, I'm immediately gonna want it out of my mouth. And cottage cheese made me feel like I had throw up in my mouth, and I was just like, oh yeah, I don't ever.
Because how small the little things are.
It's just like the little curds and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'd try it now and I wouldn't mind it as much, but
I kind of understand it. I was never like my family. We always had it because my mom liked it, and then Haley liked it, and Corey I guess would sometimes eat it. I never really ate it that much growing up. Like they always would, and then I kind of started liking it like not even that many years ago. Not that I didn't like it, I just didn't really eat it because I was like, hey, I don't know if that's the type of thing I would want to eat. But like, it's really not that bad. It's not something I can see myself eating a lot, but I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say fair on the fruit cups.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to like a kid's lunch though, like the lunch box you pack a kid, it's definitely underrated.
Yeah, like, they're really nice.
The kids, for the most part, that's the part of the lunch they could give a fuck about. So part if they're not going to eat something, it's probably going to be the fruit cup. But in reality, the fruit cup's probably the thing they should eat out of everything in there.
Now they make Lunchables with everything in there. Oh, it comes with a prime drink? They give you like a full-ass candy bar, too.
Like, just shake this bag up and it gets the sauce and the nuggets and pop this pack and it heats up the... It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. Now they're having like sandwiches.
I'd eat a cold ass nugget.
Microwave. It's like, what the hell's the point of it if you gotta have a microwave? Lunchables were like,
there's
you could
no
just open it.
The Lunchable was you were at your lunch table at school and I can just put this pizza sauce on this little fucking flat piece of bread
and then spread it with this stick.
Yeah, throw some sprinkled cheese on there and a pepperoni.
It's weird because those pizzas, good, man, I know they really were, and like they really shouldn't have been, but they tasted really good.
Yeah, for being just like poop, poop food. It really honestly
27
still
cent
tastes
food.
good.
It did. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say fair. I don't really get them much, like even if it's because like now if I get fruit, like I'll get like bananas, apples, blueberries, strawberries. Did I say apples? Apples. And sometimes like other stuff, or grapes maybe. But yeah, mainly I stick to like those 5 or 6 like sort of main fruits. But I don't really even get fruit all the time, so.
Yeah, same. I do like a little more in the summer. I feel like I have got like grapes and apples and stuff recently, but
I want some watermelon. That sounds good.
Yeah, watermelon always sounds good in the summer. I haven't had near enough of it this year.
No, me neither.
I had it somewhere. Was it at Cheatham's graduation or some other place? I feel like somebody brought out slices of watermelon.
Oh yeah,
somewhere.
maybe. I think it was a Cheatham's graduation thing. Yeah. I just sat over there and ate a fuckload of pepperoni and like ate those.
Yeah, they set out a lot of food though. That was nice.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Should I throw my next one out there?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, yeah, I'm gonna say fair. Well, mine is still up the food direction, and I don't think we've ever thrown it on there. What do you think of tuna?
I enjoy it quite a bit. Like the little tuna creation packs I like.
Yeah. They're really nice, really quick, like 17 grams of protein.
Oh yeah. And like, just like the little bit of flavor they put in them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, lemon, pepper, and tuna. I just can get a fork and just eat it.
Yep.
But like, even tuna salad, like sandwiches and stuff, and
the regular tuna,
fantastic.
The unseasoned, is really not bad at all.
No, yeah, I enjoy tuna. I mean, does it have a little bit of a stink? Yeah, I mean,
fish.
Fish does.
Some seafood does.
But also, I feel like it kind of gets a.
I think it gets a bad rap for sure. It doesn't deserve it. I
mean,
can kind of understand why the stink.
It's because of the stink more than anything, I think. But
it's got more benefits.
And because of cat food. It's like, dude, cats, it's kind of like cat food. It's in the same tin. Cats go fucking crazy for it. It's shredded and kind of looks like cat food. So there's that aspect to it. It's kind of like, man, this ain't even human shit. Like, why are we eating this? But like,
it's tuna?
It's like, it feels like, it's always had that feel for me. I guess because just growing up kind of with a cat and stuff too, and just being in the same kind of tin that cat food comes in, it's smelling like cat food and cats going crazy for it, and it kind of having the same like consistency of shredded cat food. It's like, it's sort of like cat food.
Hey, its benefits outweigh, a lot of the other. I guarantee it's way better than a lot of people what they're putting in their bodies.
Oh no, it's definitely good for you. But I actually really enjoy tuna though.
But like, I feel like tuna's looked at like it's the,
especially when it's like whipped with the like mayo and stuff, like tuna salad.
Oh yeah, no, it's so good.
Other stuff.
It's one of the cheaper ones too. But I feel like it's looked at to some people, not everybody, some people, as like the bologna of fish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people like, but
I could see that. Yeah. It's also like the most accessible. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah. But that's what's nice about those little packets though. It's like a fuckload of protein. They taste good and they're like 99 cents a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'd say probably underrated.
Yeah, I would too. I think it definitely is. I made tuna salad, like put like relish in there and some of the other stuff. Like I would make it all the time and eat it with some crackers and stuff. After we'd work out in California, tuna every day. I was eating pretty well for a while.
Yeah, tuna, it is good for you. That's another good benefit of it.
Yeah,
it's like lean. It's like
chicken and
a lot of
turkey
protein
and yeah.
good stuff. All right.
It is good stuff. All right, what do we got? Is this the last one?
Last one here.
All right, and then it'll be your wrap.
Kind of switching directions here at the end. I know you like WWE's came out with like they've got more in the trading card game and stuff. It feels like recently.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, like they're doing like the 101 cards with the autographs and different like patches. Like, oh, this was part of Cody Rhodes' ring jacket and different. So it's just kind of like made me think. Yeah, as a kid, I was always like collecting the football and the baseball cards and stuff, and trying to get the special cards and whatnot. And there's people that are into that avidly. So what do you think about sports card collecting just in general? As a thing, as a hobby, as a fascination. It's like, I don't really like, I think that it's really neat, but at the same time, it's like, how do you necessarily display a lot of these, one, and two, do the people that are really into it, are they getting them and displaying them, and or are they getting them and selling them and buying others? Like, I don't understand necessarily even how it works. It's like, are the collectors just buying a fuckload of cards in bulk and then selling the really, you know, the ones that people are willing to pay a bunch of money for?
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, some people...
I feel like it kind of, the hobby itself kind of got ruined for that reason, because there's like scalpers. Same with like Pokemon and all those other kind of trading card games.
Dude, I mean, I grew up and I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! And we fucking bought a shitload of cards, man.
Yeah.
I was always hoping I'd get a holographic card in my pack.
What was the Blue-Eyed White Dragon or whatever? Yeah.
Dark Magician. There was like 2 different cards.
Yeah,
for
the
him.
Dark Magician was a bad son of a bitch.
He was.
Too.
Exodius, that was the one. I got like his left arm in one of my packs. I was like, ah! the one that you could create, you know?
Yeah.
The most powerful being of all. Pot of Greed. There was like, dude, there was some cool ones.
There were some cool, illustrated ones. Same with Magic. Magic always had like really cool illustrated cards.
And I know we were doing like, for a while we were like baseball cards and like just playing some of the games that they would come out with baseball players and stuff. I'm trying to think of one of them that we would always play. But you could do it with the cards. Like a certain game.
Yeah, you could do like a... Just like on a piece of paper. Yeah,
yeah,
what
do like
was that? Baseball game. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it came with like the bases or whatever, the whole thing. Crazy.
Yeah, you do like Topps baseball or whatever with the cards.
But yeah, we used to do that a lot with the... I don't know, I think card collecting, like, you know... it's just, I guess, another hobby for these guys. Like, some of them might be, like, assholes about it. Like, the Hot Wheel guy, man, like, what the hell's up with that? Like, you know... It's like, oh, you gotta, it's like, what are you gonna buy every fucking single one of them? Make an old man happy? No, because you won't be happy. Because you're gonna come back tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day.
Dude, that's whenever I worked at Target, that's how people were with the cards, though. Because that was during COVID, and that's when people started getting back into that shit, and they would just buy cards in bulk and sell cards, because they would buy up all the Pokemon cards and shit first thing in the fucking morning.
That's annoying.
So none of the kids could get them. And then they would resell them on the internet for like triple the fucking price. And then we started limiting it because, dude, they were lining up at the door before we opened. And then they started limiting it to where everybody could only get 1 box per customer. And people were bringing their whole goddamn families. And there was like 4 and 5 people coming in at fucking...
That's obnoxious.
To like 8 a.m. It's like, what the fuck, man?
So we can get this money.
It's like you drug everybody out of bed to come down here and fucking buy Pokemon cards.
They did for $150.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no. So like, okay, so card collecting.
Yeah, just like sports card collecting.
Okay.
My dad, he gave me like a bunch of his old baseball cards a while back from when he was a kid, and that's like neat because there was like Hank Aaron and a few other people in there.
I think I bought
Big ones.
I think I bought like a Derek Jeter card from a long time ago. Like it was holographic from like a flea market or something, but it was pretty cheap. But it might have been like an 01 season card, or I don't know if it was like, I don't think it was like a rookie card, but it was something I found there. And I mean, dude, the flea market used to have a whole lot of shit like that. Like wrestling guys, you know, you'd look for whatever the hell you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of action figures and shit at the flea market. It was dope.
You had to dodge the fleas from fucking committing suicide into your eyeballs, though. You had to.
They'd fight you for the items.
They bite you up.
Jump into your eyes.
Yeah. But, yeah. I think I'm going to go with, didn't I already say it? Okay, fair for the card collecting.
Sports card collecting.
I do think that's fair because, you know, I mean, I don't think you should be a shithead with it, and like some of that stuff is.
Everybody's got their hobbies and their collections.
Yeah.
As long as you're cool about it and you're actually just out there being a hobbyist trying to collect cool cards, then that's fine.
And those people will seek out the cards they don't have. Oh, this shop's got it, and then try to find those ones. So like they'll actually go to the store and collect them, but also like seek out the ones they want. You know. Yeah. Same with anything really. If you want any significant. If that means something to you. But, I mean, we all have our kind of thing with that. So, and we've all collected, you know, me and you have quite a film collection. But,
yeah, I collect a bunch
dude,
of different
and honestly,
things.
The more this goes on, too, is like, I'm glad that I did because we don't own anything that's on any of the streaming stuff.
Yeah,
so it's like
even the movies that I technically own on Prime, I'm like, if I got rid of Prime, I wouldn't have these movies, you know?
If you purchased them, wouldn't you?
I mean,
where
would I have them?
You meant like, well, you could get on your account and watch the ones you purchased, but like, if you purchased, I mean, like, but if you shut down...
But yeah, I wouldn't have like them, I wouldn't physically have them.
No,
they're just...
Yeah, that's true.
Locked up on some fucking service.
Exactly. And see, I haven't really bought a lot of stuff in like recent years, but I'm like, man, maybe some of the stuff that comes out that I really still like, I should still just fucking buy on, you know, movie form.
Yeah. I
like
kind of thought about going to
V
V-Stock too, and like just picking up movies within the past chunk of years that I've really enjoyed but don't own.
Yep, because then guess what? You always have it, and like the more, you know, whatever happens, like fucking, at least it's yours.
Yeah, I think I saw some director even saying that recently. That
wasn't like Christopher Nolan saying that.
It might have been, yeah.
I would listen to him.
Like important. Keep buying Blu-ray and things like that.
The 4K, and like he tries to make his stuff really, like he tries to make it something still, like his, you know what I mean, whenever they release it and everything. The Odyssey, it's coming out.
I know, yeah, I'm definitely excited for that.
I need to go back and watch some of the ones that I haven't seen of his.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen all his movies. He's one of the modern day, like, he's the film buff's favorite.
Oh, yeah. He's great. He's great.
Yeah, he makes some pretty wild films.
Well, I guess that about wraps it up.
Yeah. Put in some work.
For episode number 191.
Covered a lot of ground, did a lot of different things
this
episode.
We did. Another movie swap. Reviewed. Then gave each other another one to watch in the meantime. Apocalypto and Air. We'll be doing our reviews after that. Be talking about it. Be discussing it. Probably on the next solo, right?
Yeah.
So, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening in. We appreciate you. And we will be seeing you next time. Have a great week. And see you in episode 192.